It was the worst on-land spill in U.S. history. Over 3 million liters of heavy oil spilled
is
from
the
broken
most
Enbridge
expensive
pipeline.
inland oil
Thousands
spill
of
to be
liters
cleaned up
sank
in the
to the
history
bottom.
of the United States, at costing more than $800 million to clean up.
For more than 17 hours and over 3 shifts, the people controlling the pipeline did not respond to the alarms, the pressure differentials, or even follow their own safety procedures.
And there's a very, very, very strong odor of either natural gas or maybe crude oil.
I don't want to experience
what this investigation has shown is that this accident was the result of corrosion throughout many vital safety aspects of the Enbridge organization.
One of the biggest concerns.
But we didn't have to look too closely to the banks here to notice an oily sheen in the creek.
Enbridge says it could be microbiome that
foliage, and most noticeably this water tarred black with that shiny oil.
As the government lays out its report on what caused that Enbridge oil spill,
larger
systems. That is by far
undetected for 17 hours, neighbors knew something was in the air.
So, what are we doing today, Ross?
Out fly fishing on the Boyne River.
Nice. Are you getting any catches, any bites?
Yeah, no, we did not catch anything today.
Not even a nibble?
Not even a nibble.
Yeah.
My name is Ross Gibbs. I'm a sophomore at Michigan State University, and I care about the Enbridge Line 5 issue because I grew up in northern Michigan, and I've spent the majority of my life on Lake Charlevoix and Lake Michigan out there fishing and just kind of taking in the scenery. So it's important for me to protect my backyard and make sure it always stays as pristine and clean as it is right now. I kind of recently started fly fishing just because I wanted a little bit of extra element to fishing. And it's definitely really cool. It's like reaching back to the roots of how fishing kind of got started in the area and kind of getting into more of a natural way of fishing as opposed to using something like worms, which really aren't like a fish's typical meal, whereas you're actually like mimicking flies, mimicking different bugs that the fish would see on the rivers, on tops of the streams, in the streams, that sort of thing. So it's definitely a much more kind of in-depth way of fishing. It's a much trickier way. There's a million aspects that I never would have anticipated, but I'm enjoying it a lot. Yeah, so when I'm out here on the river, man, it's really peaceful. The birds chirping, you can hear everything kind of coming to life in the morning, and really helps take your mind off everything that you might be dealing with in your everyday life, not thinking about work, not thinking about school, anything like that. Just the sound of the water kind of trickling by and watching the sun slowly come up, kind of get a little bit more intense. You can feel it kind of burning on your back. It's definitely a really peaceful sensation. For me, getting outside is how I relieve all my stress for the most part. Try to get out most days in the summertime, whether it be in the mornings or in the evenings, and just stand out in the river with some waders on, throw the fly line around, and kind of help wash away anything that I've been dealing with that week or that day or whatever it may be. If there was an oil spill in the Great Lakes, I think my honest reaction would be tears initially. I think it would be hard for a lot of outdoorsmen not to kind of have a full breakdown at that point. It'd be hard to see past, seeing a day when there wouldn't be oil in the water or when all the animals and all that environment wouldn't be destroyed. It would be years, decades, even generations of people who wouldn't get to enjoy it like I have, and thinking that the rest of my life I might not get to enjoy that would be a big hit. I don't know that there's even words that would describe how anyone would feel in that situation.
I'm Hannah McDonald and I'm from Alpena, Michigan. I care about Line 5 because I grew up on the Great Lakes. The Great Lakes have always been a sanctuary for me to go and scuba dive, and keeping them protected so we have those resources forever is something that I'm really passionate about. When I'm scuba diving, the feelings that I feel underwater, it's really a spiritual moment for me to be able to be breathing underwater in an undisturbed environment with history, natural resources like fish and seaweed, and just being able to feel the waves above me. It's one of the most surreal forms of me interacting with nature, I think, that I've experienced. It's just super unique. And when you're doing it, it's such a special moment that, and it's short-lived because you can run out of oxygen, so you really want to appreciate it while you're down there. If something were to happen to that, like an oil spill, that would be really devastating, to have to coexist underwater with this human pollution that we've caused, and to have to kind of change your mindset about not really being in an undisturbed environment anymore and seeing this pollution. It would really kind of be heartbreaking.
Every stone thrown that you resting at my feet. Why God, do I gotta shall control things? If I can smoke fear away, I roll that motherfucker up.
I don't even know if I know all of like the outdoor kind of sports you do. Like,
I don't know. I try to do all of them, you know. I ride dirt bikes. I ride jet ski. I do any sport that I can get my hands on. I have kiteboarding gear, surf gear. Skiing is a really big one, as well as surfing and wakeboarding. I do some mountain biking here and there. Maybe go fishing.
So pretty much
catch some dumb fish. Basically, it's any outdoor thing you can possibly do. I'm there for it.
Yeah.
There's literally no wind anywhere. Yeah, the NOAA forecast got like upgraded and it's supposed to be bigger than it was supposed to be, and there's no fucking wind. Really? Yeah. It's beautiful being outside and being in these environments that you use to do all these different sports. You go surfing and you're in some of the most beautiful waters in the world. Here in Michigan, the Great Lakes are a beautiful, beautiful asset that we have. When I'm surfing, I tend to forget about everything else that's going on in my life. I have to cut everything out. There's nothing else you can think about but what you're doing, the board, yourself, the water, the waves. You have to be paying attention 100% of the time. It brings a sense of peacefulness to you to be able to do that, to cut everything out of your life for that hour or two while you're out there surfing and having an absolute blast. And I don't know what I would do if that was taken away, but it'd be very hard and crushing. Surfing has changed me a lot, I think, and nature is a beautiful thing and so powerful. It'd be absolutely devastating.